Hi guys, in deep learning experiment right, it's all about encoder and decoder. In this, the program builds a sequence-to-sequence model using a TensorFlow and Keras, which is commonly used for tasks like language translation or text generation. First, we import the necessary libraries, TensorFlow for deep learning and NumPy for handling data. We set a latent dimension. This is a latent dimension of 256, which means LSTM model will have a 256 memory units to learn patterns in the data. Now we create the encoder part of a model. The encoder takes a input sequence shape. These are the parts of encoder and remaining parts are decoder. And finally the model, we are defining the model. Yeah, in encoder we are defining the shape of none comma 100, in which means it can handle any length of sequence which where each time step of 100 futures. The encoder LSTM process the encoder LSTM process these input and produce two outputs and produce two output. These LSTM process handles these input and the produce two output, encoder output 1 and encoder output 2. And other than that, two output the hidden state. This is called a state underscore hyphen is called hidden state, which means and the cell state underscore c is called cell state, state underscore h is called hidden state. Okay, these states store the learned information and are passed to the decoder. The learned processes are stored in the hidden state and cell state and passed to the decoder. In decoder, this then we build the decoder. It also take a sequence of none comma 100, same LSTM model developed, and it return the sequence which we have stored in the hidden state of encoder. Finally, we are using the activation layer of softmax activation and decoder output of dense layer with a dense underscore output. Finally, we are modeling. Finally, we define the full model that connect the decoder and the decoder together and compile it with the Adam optimizer and specify category cross entropy and specify the loss category of categorical cross entropy, and we are printing the model. The output will be function display like this: input layer none comma 100. We can give any kind of input with a 10 100 sequence, and the input layer is two input layer. We already defined that LSTM with two input layer. Other than that, LSTM with after training the model, we get a two output layer also. After that, we are getting a total parameter and trainable parameter, non-trainable parameter, out of which we are given that. The model we are using is called functional model, and for displaying activation, we are using softmax activation. Thank you.